Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we proudly present this podcast to you in all its glory. They are the bearded wonders, the twin sons from different mothers. He is Blake, he is Sal, and together they are the Blake and Sal Show. And if you're not okay with that, I have 2 words for you. Stay tuned.
So, we wanna stay, but can't find peace while sitting still. I guess we never will. We run away, we won't hurry back again. The journey is the end. I love this very moment. We're speeding up, not slowing. We might know we can't win, but we're dumb enough to try. We're going, there's no maybe. That's why they call us crazy. And we'll say if anybody asks us, hey, where you gonna go? We're on to see the world. We don't need to know. Oh, hey, where you gonna go? We're on to see the world. We don't need to know.
That's like Hamlet presents Jackass right there. It's like,
Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. This is Hamlet, and welcome to Jackass.
For those of you who don't know, who've never been to a Shakespearean theater, part of it is that Hamlet has 3 actors. Depending on the night you go will depend on which actor is playing Hamlet. Because that role is so physically and mentally demanding and draining that we don't allow the same actor to do it 2 nights in a row. So the other 2 actors who know the role are at home. So if something happens to that actor, the show must go on somehow. And this is a role in which you sword fight and fall through a trapdoor from a balcony and, oh yeah, die! Because, spoiler alert, Hamlet, everybody dies.
are you sure you're not thinking about Rogue One? Oh, spoiler alert, sorry.
Wait, you mean the people in the movie about the June people who went to grab the...
For 5 minutes.
Still counts.
So, I have 3 minutes before I actually start. And we're going to talk about how these wonderful pastel things relate to us as humans. I'm going to go ahead and give the fair warning. I'm going to talk about depression. I'm going to talk about suicide. I'm going to talk about relationships. I'm going to talk about so many different things that are interpersonal and possibly messing with your head and emotions that if you feel the need to step out for a minute or leave and not come back for whatever reason, I'll just assume I'm a terrible human being. I'm kidding. No one will blame you for anything. It's perfectly fine. I understand. I have years of therapy and counseling, and part of that therapy and counseling for me is to use humor and me just be absolutely hard on myself in every way, shape, and form.
Honestly, same.
So just a fair warning, we are going to talk about some stuff that's going to hit pretty close to home. For all of you! There's not a single person in here who I will not touch on something that you are emotionally scarred by.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get hurt! I'm ready for this! Because
Pain makes me stronger.
so something we must all understand. The most functional, sane human beings have emotional scars. Period. We all have problems, we all have defects, we all have some form of, oh my God, why did that happen to me and how do I fix it?
Oh, so I'm really roofing.
Oh, no, what I'm getting at is, we're all crazy. Just some of us feel the need to express it more than others in different and weird and unique ways. So, I will be the first to say, I'm absolutely loony.
Yeah, it's cold and dead inside.
Which is healthy, apparently.
So, you can come in and sit down anywhere. You can sit right here if you want. There. Just be careful of the wires, because if that hits the floor, I'm going to be sad. And then I'm going to make him go find another laptop and make his job harder. It's okay. I backed up everything on Google Drive.
and thumb drives. I have 3 redundancies just in case everything goes to.
Well, at least you're prepared.
No, I'm not.
Just in case
I
everybody.
just pretend to be really well. Is that what being an adult is?
Basically.
Yes!
I knew it. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ponies Relating to Humans, the psychology of My Little Pony to human adults.
Yes.
Not kids. I'm not talking about how this relates to a 5-year-old. I'm talking about how this relates to the college student who's in their dorm room crying because Rocco tried to kill himself. I am Fiora the Tank Girl. This is my OC Wandering Sunrise. At 9:30 tonight, I'm going to walk up to the tabletop room and play her, and the GM's going to try to murder me.
Yep, that sounds like tabletop.
Yeah, it sounds like a tabletop game.
I have been a scientist in the field of human sexuality and communication for 7 years at the time this panel was created. I have not actually updated this screen because I am because I actually have been in that field for 9 years. This is the fault of Diamond Doodle, who was in here earlier, crashing mine and Choco's panel, the lady sitting up here. She is the chair of BabsCon this year, and she's the reason why all of this happened, because she played on my OCD to make me answer science questions about ponies. But as it says at the bottom, that is at my actual OC Wandering Sunrise, and I will play her on Wednesday night live streams with the Fallout Equestria devs. I have a bunch of cards up here for later if you want to check out my YouTube stuff, or check out FemFiction, or just bug me with emails about stuff. So, I've already been over a little trigger warning here and a spoiler warning. I'm going to talk about everything. This covers every single episode all the way up to the one that aired last week.
Yay!
Movie included.
Yay!
This also covers all the comics.
Woo!
I have a library now that's just anime, manga, 40K, ponies! So, the first thing we're going to explore that the show explores, and I'm going to try to explore them in the order the show explores them, though some of the clips may be out of order because the show explored them in one way and then did it better later.
Yep.
True. Friendship. Let me ask you a question. How hard is it to talk to me?
Not very hard.
Sober?
It depends on the.
I like you.
Does it depend on our crippling
What's the first thing if any of you have been to the vendor hall, what's the first thing I do when you walk up?
Say hi.
I say hi and I read your name tag.
Yeah.
Why? You know who I am. I don't know who you are. How much easier is it for me to talk to you when I know your name? A lot easier.
I'm here.
When I can identify you as not just a member of the crowd, but as Epic Button Chops. Epic Button Chops. God! My glasses need adjusting.
I heard heavy butt chops for some reason.
That's an entirely different battle.
See where butt fun?
Would you like to verify that?
I have seats up here, I have seats over there. Just pick somewhere. You can even sit up here if you really want to, but I wouldn't suggest it. The point is, what's the very first thing that Twilight does in Ponyville?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Look on the bright side, Twilight. The princess arranged for you to stay in a library. Doesn't that make you happy?
I would love to stay in a library. Quite honestly.
You know why?
Yes,
Because I'm
live in the
right.
library.
I'll check on the preparations as fast as I can. Then get to the library to find some proof of Ponyville. Have interesting things to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Come on, Twilight.
first thing you do to somebody, what do you do?
Hello?
No, obviously you're hoping not for Pinkie Pie's reaction. That is the reaction we're all expecting. Is the person to go, oh crap, they talked to me, and either run away or punch you. That's the reaction we want.
Hi.
Hello there.
My name is.
Hi. Hi, Dusty. Sit down. Hi. Okay. That was your reaction. So, when we get in the elevator here, we joke about elevator con.
I was at an elevator concert yesterday.
The point being is we joke about it, but the fact of the matter is, how many of you have had interesting conversations in the elevator here in the last 2 days?
Couple of them. I had an elevator concert in my elevator.
You had a concert. I presented a panel series in an elevator for the people who wanted to stay in the elevator. Because I was bored. how are you? A person told me how they were, and I answered how I was. One of the biggest lies in human language is, how are you? I'm fine. Anyone who answers I'm fine, I want to look at it and go, bullshit! How do I answer? Because how are you is for some odd reason replaced for the answer for hello. What I want to replace it with instead is, how are you? Well, I'm exhausted. I like being here. And this just exploded. And watch the person go, wait, what? And I look at them and I said, you asked how I was. I gave you an honest answer. And now they have to deal with the fact that I'm going to be bluntly honest with them. Lesson 1. If you say what you mean. Never ask a question you don't want an answer. And that's something we learn in Ponyville. But then we feel guilty about asking somebody, how are you? And they answered fine. And we didn't push. We didn't challenge them. We didn't make a connection. I feel guilty about that all the time. If someone says I'm fine, I want to push them and say, no, you're not. There is no fine. There is I'm happy. There is I'm sad. If you're fine, then you're literally an emotional robot that I don't understand and want to study scientifically. Now, Luna has a guilt complex to no end.
Oh, yeah.
To punish myself for the evil I caused as Nightmare Moon.
This is cartoonish levels of guilt. This is insane asylum level of guilt.
I hate myself for how much Equestria suffered because of me. But it seems I have not learned my lesson. For now I have only made you suffer more. But that means you might just be the key to stopping all this. Yeah! You can get strong because you feel bad about
Listen.
what you did as Nightmare Moon. Then you just gotta stop feeling bad for what you did. How can I forgive myself? I am no better now than I was then. My creation is about to turn the world into a living nightmare. But look at what you're doing. Nightmare Moon would have wanted the Tentibus to turn Equestria into a nightmare. You're doing everything you can to stop it. Don't you see? That proves you're not the same pony you were then. Every pony who knows you knows that Nightmare Moon is in the past. We all trust you, Luna. Do you trust us enough to believe we're right? I do.
One of the most interesting parts of a guilt complex and self-punishment, you can't break it. You can't. You physiologically and sociologically and psychologically can't do it. You feel bad for doing X. You do Y to make up for feeling bad for doing X. Y is insufficient because you still feel bad for doing X. Why do you still feel bad? Because you are objectively judging yourself. Your own judgment will always be harsher of your own actions. You have expectations of yourself that you are required to meet. Whether those expectations be as low as my ankle or as tall as my shoulder, the point being, you can never meet your own expectations without the sociological intervention of someone else. This is why we have awards. This is why we have elevations of people for doing outstanding work. This is why we encourage people to move forward and to do more creative ideas. This is why you walk up to an artist and you compliment them. The artist is going to sit there and go, I don't like that line. I don't like how that color turned out. You're going to walk up and be like, ooh, shiny. The writer is going to sit there and go, I should rewrite this, I should scratch that, I should do that. And you're going to go, I loved this, and this saved my life today. And the writer's going to be like, what?
You know, it's in a nutshell.
Yeah, I think, I was going to say, you still not real fatty.
Yes.
You lose that one.
Okay, I didn't know this was pick on me now. The point being that in order to break cycles of guilt, we require sociological interaction. We require the interventions of others. Humans are naturally crowd creatures. We're naturally social creatures. Even people with social anxiety to an extreme still have individuals who they allow into their circle to create a small group.